Good evening all. Welcome back to another live Let's Play blind and exclusive here to YouTube. I am your host Swishbone for the remainder of the evening, and for those of you who've never been here before, well, this channel we usually take games blind and play them for the very first time, but this is the ongoing series where I wind the clock way back to when I was in my college and university years, and this was very much my jam on an old CRT and an old PlayStation 2, Gran Turismo 4. For those of you who have been here before, whether you watched me getting absolutely curb-stomped in Shin Megami Tensei 4, losing my sanity more than ever playing Alice Madness Returns, maybe you watched me play all the other Danganronpa games, all the Persona games, all the weird streams like Doki Doki Literature Club and Song of Memories, or even some of the really old school streams on Twitch like Final Fantasy 7 and Forza 4. Either way, a colossal welcome back to all of you people. Without all of you, new and old, well, the channel, it would be active, but nowhere near as interactive or as reactive, so get your comments in the chat box over in that direction. Already got Joe in there saying hello, good evening to you, how are you doing? Yep, my screen settings are correct, so that is good. And we are carrying on with the Formula Gran Turismo tournament, essentially this game's fusion of F1 and IndyCar. We're at race 5, and we are going to be taking on probably the signature track of Gran Turismo. A track that was bizarrely repurposed as a California highway in the most recent entry, GT7. This is Grand Valley Speedway, and yes, we are going to qualify. With that long drag to that first hairpin corner, I want to be near the front of the grid if possible. And good that you're doing well there, Joe. I'm absolutely fine. I had a little bit of a tickle in my throat the last couple of days, so I'm hoping my voice is going to hold out, but we shall see. Because I've got quite a lot of streaming coming up, of course. For those of you who are here tomorrow night, we're going to be carrying on Shin Megami Tensei 4. And then on Tuesday evening, the special Halloween episode where we break the seal on a banned PlayStation 2 game, Rule of Rose. So be sure to check those streams out, 8 PM GMT. No, well, it will be GMT on Tuesday, actually. The clocks go back this weekend. But for now, we are carrying on as we are. So this is our warm-up lap, and we've got one lap after this to set our lap time. Fingers crossed it'll get us near the front of the grid. And then from there, we'll do our best to take the point, lead from the front, and get another race or two in the bag. I am curious though, for all you people out there, what do you think is going to be my fastest lap, and how long do you think it's going to take me to do? So I'm going to give you until the end of the first lap. So you literally got this lap, the qualifying lap, and then the opening lap of the race. After that, guesses will be locked down. So again, what do you think my fastest lap time is going to be? And how long do you think the race is going to take here at Grand Valley Speedway? We're not counting qualifying in that time, so I've not got any way to gauge it. It's gotten a bit colder, yes, Joe. It's not freezing cold, but I have had my electric blow heater on to warm the room up, so evidently it's not been as warm as it has been in the past, which is a bit of a nuisance, but we persevere, we do what we can. How is it where you are? I think winter is coming, as they would say in the Stark House and Game of Thrones and the Song of Ice and Fire. Yes, I've aged myself with that reference, because that show's long been in the can. Oh, that was a bit greedy on the grass there, but I got away with it. Now, speaking of track limits, of course, there's already rumours that the FIA are facing down some significant pressure, because apparently at last weekend's Grand Prix in the USA, there were a lot of uncalled track violations, and the question is just how much is going to be put forward. I don't know. It's freezing cold where you are, Joe. Well, there we are at the onset of winter. We can't expect it to be short and t-shirt weather forever, can we? It'd be nice if it was, but at the same time, we've got our balance to the world. Oh, rain, yeah, we've had quite a bit of rain too. Last couple of days we've had some bad floods here in the UK, actually, so it's not been pleasant to experience. My area escaped the worst of it, which is odd, because normally around here floods, but our defences have managed to hold the water out, but some of my other parts of the country weren't so lucky. Hence why the stream on the Friday evening was cancelled, because my partner, Gamelin, wasn't able to make it here in time. And I had to make sure they were alright. And wow, a 127.9, and that's probably going to go as pole position. So if that's the case, we are looking pretty strong indeed. So, onto the track. Here we go. Oh, of course, you can also guess how many pit stops I'm going to make. How many times am I going to go into the pits and change tyres? Oh, they got a much better start than me. Oh, I've hit the wrong button. I meant to hit look behind and I hit brake by accident because I'm using the triggers to actually drive my car, not the buttons. So I very briefly lost the lead. However, we're back in front, so that's fine. You're excited for Mexico Grand Prix, are you? I am too. Great circuit, but I am expecting it to be a Red Bull walkover this weekend. But then again, I said that about Circuit of the Americas, and it had one of the more interesting races for some time. Also, good evening, Arista Jack. Just seen you jump into the chat there. How are you doing? Remember, you can guess how long you think the race is going to take me, what my fastest lap is going to be, and how many times I'm going to be going into the pits to change my tyres. You've got a few laps to decide. I'll give you all a few more laps in order to get things going. We've literally just started, having got pole position for this race here at Grand Valley Speedway. That's what's been going on, Arista Jack. Same old, same old. So you believe it's going to be a 6-stop race, Arista Jack? That's a pretty good guess, actually. And Joe, you think the Ferrari might be alright because their top speed's not too bad? I mean, Ferrari have looked stronger over the last couple of weekends, as have McLaren. However, Ferrari and Mercedes need to make their car legal this weekend, guys. Come on. 2 drivers disqualified for illegal cars. That's pretty poor. Although some people have been questioning just how many cars were actually inspected for that violation, because who knows how many cars were actually illegal come the end of the race. That's a question that only the stewards can answer. A little bit of understeer there, but nothing too serious. Lap time's looking strong here so far. How many cars do I have in my garage? I'm not sure actually. I'm not going to be able to show you now because we're in the race, but later on in the stream, when I go between races, I can go back to my garage and check. I've probably got a good 80 cars, if not more. That's how many cars can you have? I'm not sure how many the limit is actually. I don't think they do have a limit because they've got more horsepower to play around with. Oddly enough, that's something that you do have a problem with in Gran Turismo 7. I think you can have 1,000 cars in Gran Turismo 7, and after that you lose them. Of course, no one can afford to buy 1,000 cars because it takes forever to grind the money. Too soon? Whoa, that's not going to help. I hit the grass and it just spat my car sideways. That's lost me a load of time, which is irritating because my lap times were looking very, very, very fast. But this lap time won't be. Yeah, I'm at least 6 seconds slower on this lap, I reckon. Yeah, pretty much 6 seconds slower. That's disappointing, that. But still, about 24 seconds in front already. That's terrifying. That's an absolute crushing speed differential. To be that not much faster, even with a spin, is a problem. So this is where it's all about speed, control, concentration, flair, and dominance. You say the AI in this championship is much faster than GT5. Why are they really slowing on Turismo 5? I never played it because I never had a PS3. Speaking of Gran Turismo, apparently there's a rumour there's going to be a new update to 7 coming soon. But there's been no word from the developers. So my advice is, don't trust the rumour, wait for it to be confirmed. Yeah, this is not a very good lap, this. Very inconsistent. My lapping has not been smooth at all. I'm all over the place. I'm still faster than the AI, but that's not the point. You know, the lap times have been quite sloppy. Terrible understeer then for some reason. I'm with you now, Joe. Yeah, you say sometimes the AI is just slow, but in this one it's pretty fast. I mean, yeah, they are quite fast, but still nowhere near the lap time I'm doing, which is, you know, worrying. Either they're going to go 2 or 3 stops less than me, or I'm going to absolutely demolish them, and I'm not sure which way it's going to go. Tiny little lift there, because I want to take pressure off the tyres. It's important that tyre life is preserved where possible. I mean, if I wanted to have a much closer race, I could slow right down and save quite a lot of tyre wear, but it's just not my style, it's not in my nature. It's not in my nature to be, you know, really like a chauffeur, really consistent speed. It's just not my way of driving. Yeah, there is someone saying you need to aim for this lap time. I'd be like, get out of my headphones. I know what I'm doing. Leave me alone. Very Kimi Räikkönen-esque in that respect. Yes, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. The Iceman cometh. Fuel-wise, I reckon we can avoid putting fuel in at the stop, but we'll need to fuel up at the stop afterwards. Oh yeah, Kimi and Fernando had the best radio banter in the world. Fernando just doesn't care. And Kimi's like, will you leave me alone, please? Because Kimi Räikkönen gave the world's most famous interview when Pele was presenting Schumacher with an award in 2006 at the Brazilian Grand Prix. and Kimi missed the ceremony. It happened at trackside before the race. Martin Brundle tracked him down and went, "So Kimi, yeah, Michael received a trophy award from Pele, and you weren't there. Why? What happened?" And Kimi, no nonsense, replies with, No, I was having a shit." Now, credit to Martin Brundle. His immediate response was, "Well, you have a nice light car for the race then, won't you?" And, yes, even if we put a rocket ship, we will be P11. I mean, wow, that was like, even an afterburner's not going to get you over the line faster. That's when you know you're in trouble. Right, so we're boxed after only 7 laps. I think the double spins are what took the tyre life out there. I reckon there is 8 laps in these tyres, but we shall see. So we managed to do a pit stop, come out in the lead, and that is the race pretty much over for the AI, unless we monumentally mess up. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not celebrate just yet. After all, look at Lewis Hamilton last week, celebrated second place on the podium and got disqualified. So until the result's deemed official, it ain't official. No, it's never going to be too soon. No, I'm not stopping talking about it. Yeah, this is making things quite smooth so far. So from an outlap from the pits was a 1:34. That's quite impressive. Oh! Felt the back end go then. The back end went halfway through. I had to kind of like half bail out of the move. Very twitchy, but they've all gone into the pits at the end of lap 8. So they've gone 1 lap longer than me. It's not going to make a difference too much in the actual overall classification now for the pit stops, so I might be alright. Which will be quite nice. Yeah, this is good. We're doing quite well. I'd say it's been interesting of late on PS4 and PS5 because I've been playing a few games now that I'm done with Final Fantasy 16. And I've been playing Dead or Alive 5, which has been a very cool experience actually. It randomly turned up as a full game after being advertised as a demo for the last 8 months. So I've been having fun fighting on it. It's just one annoying thing. I keep getting notifications that someone wants to fight me, and anytime I want to accept, the game doesn't work. It's like the online mode's completely broken. Which, being an old game, it possibly is, to be honest, now I think about it. Yeah, we've been in for one Sarista Jack. We've been for one pit stop so far. We've had one stop. Stopped to the end of lap 7. And the computer has also stopped once as well. Nice, low 25s, that's good lap times. I know that is the computer way ahead of us, but they're being in position to be lapped. Evidently this car doesn't like that high-speed kink. It can't handle it. It bottoms out. Gets very, very twitchy. So I'm going to have to lift off from that, which is quite annoying, but what can you do? If the car doesn't want to ride the bump, it doesn't want to ride the bump. So we're keeping our cool thus far, people. Trying to desperately get through. And there is the computer opposition. They are nearly a lap down on us already. We've raced for 11 laps. That's pretty embarrassing that we've almost caught to them already. All three of them punting me off then. They would not get off the racing line. This is the problem with this game. The AI stick to the racing line no matter what. They have no ability to race you because the AI wasn't coded that way. And apparently in GT7 things haven't changed. It's like, I will have the racing line, and if that means I'm going to pit you, I'm taking it. Well, that was nowhere near the track limits, but that was me getting revenge for being pitted off the track. Now you see, that was actually quite enjoyable, that little one corner move then. Having to go deep on the brakes because of the draft and then cutting back underneath me. That's proper racing. So the game's capable of doing it. It's just that they didn't code it enough. It's a shame. Anyone who's done the 1v1 special conditions races will tell you about how the AI has the racing line and it doesn't matter what they'll do to you to get it back. It's like, yes, I do have bull bars. I am the road warrior. I am taking this back. It might not be quite that bad, but it's not far off. Well, that shows the difference in pace right there, doesn't it? I flew through there flat out and they braked for it. We're going to try and engineer one more lap after this, and then we will be in the pits. It's just a question of whether that right tyre will be able to take the pressure or not. We've already got a lap on the field, so we're well clear now. It's just a matter of keeping our cool, not letting the race distract us too much, and monster our way over the line for a win. That's the plan. I was going to try and engineer another lap, but when I lost the tyres then, better to pit. Fine, every 7 laps it is, that's okay. So bear in mind they've yet to do their second stop. But yeah, that slide into the pits was stylish but not very fast, wasn't it, Joe? It was not the best way to arrive. It's like, yes, I am Keiichi Tsuchiya, the ultimate drifter or something, I don't know. Yes, gas, 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 gotta step on the gas. If it wasn't for the copyright hell, I would actually have Eurobeat music playing while I was driving. I'd have the likes of Nico, Erotic, Madison, and many others all playing music for me. Well, to be fair, if I used Erotic, I'd probably get banned because it's one of the most sexual suggestive bands in the world. Okay, we're looking good. I appreciate you wanted to unlap yourself, but that was not the time or the place. It was a super nice try, leave it at that. Interesting, they've yet to go into the pits. Whoa, what the hell? Someone just punted me up the backside. I mean, I'm all for bum drafting, but just don't hit my car. Which doesn't make sense now I think about it. How can I get bump drafted if people don't hit my car? The clue's in the name, bump draft. Oh, no. That was poor driving, that. It's very sloppy. Right, memo to me, do not hit the inside curbs in this car. It will spin the car around. Yeah, I'm not waiting for you, mate. Get out of my way. And finally they go into the pits. So I'm going to do a lot more stops than these guys, but it seems that my car is that much faster, it's not going to make much of a difference. It's not going to be like a super speedway where I was just able to motor along and not be bothered. Which was pretty funny actually now I think about it. It'd be nice after the next pit stops to remain a lap in front. That'd be a very nice feeling. Just coming up to 1/3 race distance, people, would you believe? So those of you who had bets around the 1 hour 32 minute mark are probably going to be bang on the money. Now the big question is, where do you think we're going to go next in this tournament? We've been to the high speed ring, which is a wonderful surprise. We've been to the swim ring Motegi. We've been to Tokyo Route 246. We've been here. So I get the feeling we're due a technical race. I think we're going to either get a race at Opera Paris or at the Côte d'Azur in Monaco. I reckon it's going to be one of those. But where do you think we're going to be ending up, people? Get your messages in the comments. I'm really curious. And for those of you who want to know, which one of those two am I looking forward to? Neither. They both suck. I don't want to do either of them. Ah, so you've already watched where we're driving. Well, that's fair enough. If you already know, you already know. It's not a big deal. After all, you can't really spoil a 20-year-old game. Well, near 20-year-old. It's not quite there yet. Yeah, Laguna Seca is going to happen. They'll definitely do Laguna Seca. It's basically kind of like an IndyCar staple. This series seems to want to basically take the best of F1 and the best of IndyCar. So I won't be surprised if Laguna Seca is on the list for that reason. And no doubt Suzuka will be on the race list as well. Probably near the end of the season, I reckon, Suzuka, because back in the well, not in the current day, but back in the day, Suzuka used to be either the very final race or one of the final races of the season. So I'm expecting Suzuka to be right near the end. Remember, this is a 15 race series, this. There's 15 rounds in this championship. Oh yeah, the tyres are feeling very understeery now. Very understeery. So we'll dive for the pits. For stop number 3. Oddly enough, the fuel economy seems pretty good in this car at the moment. We're getting decent fuel economy. It's a shame the tyres are being rinsed though. On the topic of real life racing though, here's a question for you, Joe. How much slower do Aston Martin get every time they put an upgrade on that car? It seems that every time they put an upgrade on, it goes backwards. Maybe it's just me, but it might be better to like just look at the car and reverse engineer it and take things off rather than add things on. Yeah, they definitely seem to be losing so much time. I mean, look at the last race. Started from the back of the grid and came through to points. It just proves the car's got something in it. You just got to learn how to harvest it. But say McLaren are almost certain to beat them this championship now, which is a shame because it looked like at one point they were going to be the number 2 team. So I was going to say fire Lance Stroll, but in the last race he did really, really well. So maybe the corner's been turned with that driver and he can start getting some points at the back end of the season. But it's a bit too little too late now, you think, wouldn't you? Oh, well, we are miles and from... Yeah, they don't have the infrastructure to develop the car. What they do have is the money. So Aston Martin need to make some big changes in like the whole infrastructure model because they've got the cash to do it. At least Lawrence Stroll does. The question is, are they going to be able to do it? Because apparently, of course, they've already got the Le Mans project that's being brought back, rather surprisingly. And the last time a team started to do that many different projects, they were called Lotus. What happened to them? Oh, hey Joe, is that bad, is it? Yeah, the black and gold Lotus design was legendary, wasn't it? Even if it is affiliated with something that I can't mention the name of because of advertising laws in the EU. But that design is absolutely iconic. It's amazing. So far, so good. And the tyres are holding up a little better this time, surprisingly. The tyres are actually lasting a little longer, and I don't know why. I can only assume I've been cleaner and made less mistakes. And if that's the case, then that's amazing. But yeah, we just got a lap on the field again. I've literally just realised that. I didn't notice them going to the pits. We're going to get at least one more lap out of these tyres. Which is a good thing. We need that. We need to get at least one more lap. Not leaning too hard on the tyre there. Trying to keep the energy in the tyre sidewall low to maximise the grip and also not put too much pressure on the tyre to make it deflate or get worse. We're not doing too bad for time here either. We're at 20 seconds clear at the moment. Now the question is, do we risk another lap? I don't know. Part of me is thinking yes, and the other part of me is saying no. Right, I'm going for it. We're gambling. We've got the time. Let's see if we can make this tyre go to an 8th lap. That was because I hit the curb. It had nothing to do with the tyres. I hit the curb and it unset the balance of the car. That was nothing to do with the tyres. That was everything to do with me. The tyres have definitely hit the limit though. I'm not going to push any more than this. It was an interesting experiment. I'm not sure if the returns make it worthwhile. Slightly less fuel because we didn't need any more. We want to save time. Well, the lead car's going to go through, but we might stay ahead of what's third place. Well, we would do if I didn't hit the wrong button, but I hit the wrong button. That was me trying to change views too quickly. Next time we'll do it after the hairpin when I've got a bit more time. Because unfortunately you can't change the view and get rid of the dialogue until the game gives you full control of the car. Which is a nuisance, but what can you do? And through we go. Once again, we are in the lead. We've had 4 pit stops so far, so we're on course to about 8 stops in this race, unfortunately. But what can you do? You just got to keep on going. Use the cambered corner to our advantage. Now we're making smoke here. Oh, new fastest lap. How awesome is that? So this is very much a case of maximum speed, maximum attack, and the AI can't get near you. It's a nice relaxing way to race, it must be said. So it's just time to relax. Not much more to say, really. These races is all about like taking your time and just like staying calm and focused, aiming for each stint to get clear, because otherwise you just get yourself going bored and crazy. You want to be constantly thinking, right, okay, I need to be aiming for a rough par time. I want to do so many laps before I go into the pits. And generally hold your horses together. So this is where the 6-car grids are a bit of a nuisance. Having bigger grids so you encounter more traffic could be quite interesting. Then again, with the way they drive, maybe not. We try to get it home. Very smooth. Amazing how you sometimes find pace when you're not really expecting to find it. Like, where the hell did that come from? A 124.7. It didn't look particularly special as a lap, but suddenly out of nowhere I'm 3 tons faster than I've been all race. I didn't do anything particularly special on that lap, at least it didn't feel like it. But then suddenly I'm like, oh, I'm flying ahead. That's amazing. So, can we make the tyres last another lap? Here we go. So some people are just going into the pits. That's right. That's hilarious. Well, they're on brand new tyres. I'm on worn tyres, so I shouldn't fly past them. And yet, I can't fly past them when they get in my way like that. Talk about bad traffic. Mike from RE4, is that you? Bad traffic? Well, at least he's not going to get in my way for the rest of the lap. Let's put a bright positive spin on it. Oh, never mind. I've caught up to him already. Wow, that's hilarious. On worn tyres, I've been able to fly past them. So, yeah, that was definitely a certified GT4 AI moment. You're not wrong. Right, we're going for one more lap. We're going for it. That was a nice pass. Shouldn't have been needed thanks to blue flags, but we managed to get fast anyway. Can definitely feel the tyres gone here though. The tyres have absolutely gone. But that's okay, because I'm going to the pits anyway. You can hear them trying desperately to dig into the ground, and they're just not biting at all. Okay. Yes, the crowd are going wild there. People in the crowd, aren't they? The grandstand's aloft. Oops, well that wasn't very good. Understeered straight into a tyre wall. That was poor driving, to say the least. Through we go. So now it's time to catch up to the pack again. Lap them again. Yeah, this is strong position, strong pace. Yeah, that's right. Get off my racing line, you. I've had enough of you guys punting me into the gravel. It's payback time. I just realised we're already on lap 40. That's quite impressive. Oh God, how slow do you need to take that corner? Wow, they were at least 30 mph slower than me. No wonder they're so slow. That's horrendous driving. I don't know if you saw them, but the car got really squirrely under braking because of the extra speed. I went in at nearly 235 miles an hour, so the car was just way more powerful than it should have been. Absolutely brutal speed. think thanks to that tow early on, we could be on for a very quick lap here actually. And we are at what, 1:24.6. It was almost like it braked after the corner down on the straightaway. The car just seemed to not have any pickup in speed at all, the AI then. That was crazy. So maybe it needed to have all 4 tyres in a certain part of the circuit before it could fully accelerate. I don't know. But I seem much faster on the pickup then. Still, we got through. Twenty laps to go, not bad. So the car just feels like it's cornering very flat and smooth. It's awesome. You just have so much more confidence to ride out the corners compared to most cars in this thing. It's just a very fast machine. We kept its rotor clean. Yes, I'll stop with the Early Age Sun lyrics now, people. Looks like they're going back into the pits again. Yeah, next lap and they'll be into the pits again. Ideally, I'd like to do 2 laps if I can. If I can do 2 laps, it'll mean I'll only have to stop twice. It's not going to be easy, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm so far ahead now, it's not a big deal. It's just about trying to keep the tyres alive. So fuel's not going to be a problem. It's the tyres. If I can keep the tyres alive enough to do 1 more lap, then we'll be on course. think realistically, as long as the lap times don't drop below 130, I'll be in position to still gain time on the computer. But it's going to be a big ask, so I've got to be careful. Okay, one more lap. Yeah, so 1 minute 30. I've got to make this lap count. Yeah, you can really hear the tyres squealing now. Yeah, these tyres have hit the cliff. Can you hear them just constantly digging in now? Oh yeah, I've just lost at least 10 seconds in time. I've gone 1 lap too long, I think. However, it'll be okay, because if I can go through the next lap... Oh, not good, not good, not good. Facing the wrong way, not ideal. I could feel those tyres way over the edge. One of the slowest laps I've ever done on this circuit, but we made it. We were struggling our way back to the pits then, people. We were limping home, and the problem I've got is I'm going to have to do 3 stops. There's nothing I can do. I simply don't have the grip in the car. I don't have the grip. 7 laps will take me to lap 53. Another 7 laps to lap 60. Yeah, I just did a 3-6 just to make sure there was no one behind me. Make sure I had a nice clear track. Yeah, we'll go with that. That'll do. Still, we managed to keep ourselves on the lap ahead of the opposition. So. It could have been much worse. We could have been unlapped and forced to overtake them. Here we've been able to give ourselves the best chance, so it's not too bad, to be honest. Just goes to show that the difficulty sometimes in these games is actually navigating it to the end rather than the actual opposition. Because I've not been troubled apart from my own spins in this game, really. I've had a couple of nudges when lapping the AI. But in general, it's been a case of a nice drive, taking in my line, setting fast laps. Very enjoyable. As we are coming into the back end of this first race. 15 laps to go. So we're on course to finish just over an hour and a half, which ain't too bad. So we're 20 seconds ahead on this on multiple laps as well. looking good here now. And we're almost at 1,000 miles driven, would you believe, people? That's how long this... That's the great thing about this series. We're going to see just how long it is in miles. We're going to be covering a lot of distance, I reckon. Somewhere around 1,500... Well, minimum 1,500 kilometres. The more I think about it, the answer is going to be way more than that. Way more than that. Yes, the 1,000 mile championship, that was a major championship draw, wasn't it? In the Jag. Dominating everything in my Jag. Good days, good times. So I would love to see that championship reprised, but with shorter races and more of them. If you had like 10 races and they're all like an hour and a half or 2 hours instead of the ultra long races from this series, I reckon that would be great for modern GT, because there's so many cars which are old classics that you can't actually do anything with unless you take them to like photoscapes or something like that. There's no races for them. It'd be nice to see that kind of tour brought back. Very simple, very easy. People will love it. Or they could even bring that road rallying type of thing that was the Top Gear took part in, where you had to average a speed just within the speed limit, and therefore you had to time your routes to like, you know, the nearest second. And if you were over it, you got penalties and things like that. That'd be kind of cool. Be a different kind of driving now. Well, that was rubbish. Thought I'd give the apex grass a little cut for free. Thought I'd do something productive for the environment. So we're doing good. We're looking smooth. Yep, they're now back in the pits again. So leave them to it. Oh, no you don't. Meanwhile, good evening Queen, seeing you there saying, mate, you could use a chill street to unwind from work. One of those days has it been? Oh dear. I mean, everything's going well so far. It's the F1 cargo at the moment. We are way out in front. And all is right in the world. So good evening to you then. Hopefully you can have a nice relaxing evening from here. If you're listening to me, then that's not likely to happen. It's a bit of a forlorn hope, but we shall see. Right, so we're going to dive into the box, and then we're going to have to do a splash and dash at the end, which is really rather annoying, but I've not been able to make the tyres last enough. You'll compensate by beating people up in a video game after my stream ends, eh? You sound like me playing Dead or Alive 5 at the moment with that kind of approach, Queen. Well, I must admit, when I've been playing Dead or Alive 5, I've been playing the game, and some of the characters I've been playing as have been really embarrassing to lose to for the opposition. One of my characters is like this young high school girl, and she wins a match and leans over and goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you stand up?" I mean, that's just humiliating. For those of you who don't know that character, that's the character Honoka from Dead or Alive 5. Who very coincidentally has orange hair that's worn in a side ponytail, speaks in a very high-pitched voice, and has a school uniform with a checkered skirt pattern. Very similar to the character Honoka Kosaka from Love Live School Ladder Project. I'm sure there's absolutely no influence there, people. That's definitely a coincidence. We're into the final stint for this race. I've no idea what track we're going to be racing on next now, but it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we've done quite a few street circuits, but then for the last few races they've been like proper circuits. So I get the feeling we're due a street race again, but the question is which one. Seattle could be quite interesting actually in these cars. Those stupidly high jumps driving in an F1 car could be quite funny. Well, I'm also dreading that it's going to be either Opera Paris or Monaco. If it's either of those, then that's going to be a deep sigh moment. very nearly went into the back of that car. I'm lucky I avoided hitting him. Although it could be interesting if we end up doing like Le Mans in this car. The ultra long, ultra fast circuit. Nice and relaxed here so far. Yep, round the outside, let the car roll wide, use the maximum grip, and away we go. Yep, deliberately scrub a little speed halfway over that bump, make sure that we don't have to worry about flying off into the forest. I had a few gear ratio problems then. It wasn't getting me any power when I had my foot down. Must have like mispushed the trigger. Still, I'm not doing too bad. We're still doing decent for lap time, so it's not the worst in the world. Now the question is, can I make these tyres go to the end of the race? I'm not sure I can. But let's see. Let's give it a try. 58, 59, 60, 61 and 62. So 5 laps in total. Going to be a tall order. Yep, that's good. Be calm. Yep. Okay, nice and smooth. So we've opened up quite a gap here, so the question really is now, how far behind us will the AI finish? I honestly don't know. That was a little wide and cheating then, I'll be honest. So if I can avoid going into the pits again, then that'll be brilliant. But I get the feeling the tyres are just not going to make it. Like the life scaling is very tricky to counterbalance. You see that bottom right tyre? The one on the bottom right, how it's much more orange than the others. That tells me the tyre life is just going to give up. But we'll do our best. We'll see if we can make it. It's not like I can. It's not like I'm in any danger. If I did stop, I'd still come out miles in front. That's not the point. I want to try and finish strong without having to splash and dash. Still, it's better to splash and dash than dine and dash. If you try and dine and dash, you deserve all that's coming to you. It's not even a case of being able to put fresh rubber on and set the fastest lap because the tyres won't warm up quick enough. So we're locking it in, people. We're going to try and go to the end. And then after this, whatever the race is next, I don't know. Okay, the tyres are red, the tyres are shot, they've all pitted in on lap 58 or so. We're going long, we're going to go for it, we're going to try and finish the race without stopping again. Here we go, this is it. And already I know I'm in trouble because I can feel the tyres squealing already. But we're locked in, people. This is our strategy. We're going to try and get to the end. Here we go. See, turning right is a problem because the tyre on the right rear just does not have the input pace. So you can hear the tyre squealing, and you hear the squeal. That's because they've got no traction or grip left. So I'm literally wheel spinning out of corners now. And the tyre on the bottom right is red. It's redded out. The tyre on the bottom right is like, I have nothing more to give you. And I'm telling it, yes you do. You will get me home, whether you like it or not. Just one corner to go. Let's take it real easy. It's one of the slowest laps I'm ever going to do with this track. But that is the finish line. Not bad at all. 1 hour, 34 minutes, 29 seconds, and they were 5 laps behind me. 5 laps. That's a pasting. They have been absolutely demolished by me. And as you can see, that's massively opened up our championship lead. We've got 3 clear victories in our back pocket. But we've got another 10 races in this championship. We cannot afford to take our foot off the gas. We are going to be doing what we can to keep going. But first things first, we'll collect our prize money for this race. And then what we will do is we will exit. So it will get us our manual save. And then after that, we will find out where the next race takes place. There we are. There's the save icon complete. So let's go to race number 6 of the GT World Championship. And we are taking place at... It's thinking about it. The Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans. Oh, yes. We are going fast here, people. We're going to put our foot heavily on the gas. We're not qualifying. We're not bothering with that. Now, realistically, I'm going to give you until the end of lap 2. I want you to guess how long the race is going to take, what my fastest lap time is going to be, and how many pit stops I'm going to take. Bear in mind, this is an 8-mile circuit. So I'm going to throw you a bone right now. If you go any lower than 2 minutes and 50 seconds for the fastest lap, you are going to be far, far too low. I will give you that as a freebie. I said I was hoping we'd get to race at the Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans, and we have. Oh, well, that was a very nice move, actually, from the car in 5th place, the way he retook that position. That was actually very good. I like the way it found the line to be able to do that. And I really hope they're not that slow on the main straight, Joe. I seriously hope they're not. But oh, they're slow through Tetra Rouge. They were very slow through Tetra Rouge. That was the name of that corner, by the way, Tetra Rouge. I stood at that corner. It's beautifully fast. Watching Porsche 911s come through at 120 miles an hour is something else. Oh, God, this car is finding bumps I never even knew existed. And there's the dive bomb to end all dive bombs, people. By the way, let's get rid of that, shall we? Now this is where it's going to be tricky, because they're going to get the draft to keep back up with me. So this is going to be all about the cornering. It'll be too fast. If you say it's 2 minutes 50 seconds, I'd tell you now it's going to be too quick. This is a very, very, very long circuit. So I'm going to give it to the end of this lap, and you literally have to say what you think the fastest lap time is going to be, how long you think the race is going to take, and how many trips into the pits I'm going to need to make as well. Because we've got 23 laps to do here. Because the circuit is 8 miles long. Into Arnage, one of the slowest corners, and as you can see, I'm not getting away from them, because this circuit is all about speed in a straight line. So it's not a circuit where you can open up a massive gap, so this is actually going to be a much more challenging race, and I'm happy with that. Unless of course they go into the pits like way faster than I did, like at Super Speedway, when I was able to gap for ages. So I mean, they're keeping up with me. They are not getting. I'm not getting away from them. your time's running out, people, to put your guesses in the chat. Interesting set of guesses there, Queen. So you think it's going to be a 1 hour 15 race, 3-minute fastest lap, and 4 trips to the pits. That's a very aggressive interpretation, but I like it. Let's say for this point you can get your energy back, take it nice and easy, rest up. Because at this point you're literally just going along as fast as you can. We are starting to see daylight between ourselves and the opposition at the chicane now, so that's kind of good. I need the initial de-Euro beat here, don't I? Yeah, you can see the sparks from the under tray. Let's say, standing here at night, by the way, between the Mulsanne hairpin and Indianapolis, seeing the cars flying through the trees with the lights blaring and the sound bouncing back is an extraordinary experience. If you've never been to Le Mans and you're in Europe, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a fantastic week of racing. Yes, I said week. And they even have concerts during the race. They have like inside the track, they have a stage where bands perform, because fans start watching the race, go away and watch a concert or watch a football match or whatever, and then come back to the race. It's an incredible experience. Yeah, I highly recommend it, Joe. I've been to Le Mans once and it was a wonderful experience. Wow, 3 minutes 7 second lap time. So I'll tell you what, Queen, your guess is looking pretty good so far. We might get as low as 3 minutes. I know one way I definitely could, but it'd be cheating, so I'm not doing it. Having survived the initial pressure, we've now got ourselves some breathing room to get the hammer down and focus on our lap times. Try and be consistent. So I love all the extra details in the background on this track, like all the buildings and everything else. For a game from 2004, it just upscales so well. It's incredible. But even so, we've not got a huge lead at the moment. So we've got to be careful that we don't get too cocky. Anyone who's lost to the twins in Persona 5 Royal or Persona 5 will tell you that. Don't be so cocky. Yes, that's me. I've got to make sure I take Caroline and Justine's advice on that one. My streams have the strangest sequences, don't they, people? In terms of what conversations we go to. Oh, WRC, that'd be quite good fun actually, I imagine. Yeah, watching the cars go through the forest, like around the mountains of Monte Carlo, for example. Or here in the UK. when they go tearing through the forests. Really great fun. I say in the UK they used to do an event, but I don't know if it still happens now, on Blackpool Seafront, where they'd have like rally cars from all different eras just tearing down the seafront. That was great because you could watch it for free. Last time I remember them doing it though, they took it to a different area away from the coast, and while it was brilliant for the drivers, for the spectators the access was almost impossible, so they kind of went back to it after a while. Oh, fun. I did well to catch that. I did really well to get back on the circuit as quick as I did. That was a good recovery. Watching the Tourist Trophy, yeah, on the TTs. That's insane. What those drivers get up to is absolutely bonkers when they go to the Isle of Man. The stuff they do there is insane. Well, we've got a lead of just under 20 seconds at the moment, which is not a lot. You don't want to watch just everything. You don't want to watch James May pottering about in a 2CV. Then again, naturally you might do, because at least it'll be entertaining. After all, you sat watching one of my streams where I'm giving you my monotone vocal charm. Apparently the game Tourist Trophy is a good game. Basically GT4 with motorcycles. Maybe one day I'll play that. That could be quite an interesting one. We've gone past 1,000 miles driven in the F1 car, people. That's how far we've gone. Right, Queen, you said 4 pit stops. If I get to lap 6, you'll be smack on the money if I manage that. If I manage 6 laps. If I go any longer, then we could be in some really good credit here. The tyres are looking okay at the moment, surprisingly. Maybe it's because we're going flat out in a straight line most of the time, so we're not cornering as heavy. That's not such a bad thing, to be honest. Whoops. Sorry, apologies game. Yeah, that would not have been a genuine fastest lap, so it didn't count. I mean, they're not driving slow, it's just that they're not as aggressive as they were on the opening lap. On the opening lap, it looked like this was going to be a much tighter race. But then again, we're not done the pit stops yet, do we? So we don't know exactly how far we are ahead or not, because if they have all gone into the pits, I don't believe it. They've already pitted in. They've pitted in already. They've already pitted. They're in the pits already. I've gone longer than the AI. Right, this is now a walkover, people. This is going to be a complete walkover. It's not like I've exactly been taking life out of the tyres here, have I? That's insane. Because they went into the pits. They've already pitted. That's ridiculous. At this rate, they're going to pit anywhere between half as many times as me or twice as many times as me. And if that's the case, this is going to be domination. Absolutely ridiculously. It's going to be a stupidly big domination. So we've literally just hit the 15-minute stop time. Now, Queen, never say that. Never ever say we knew you were going to win. You remember the time we tried taking on the Gran Turismo World Championship? The amount of races we fought to get through and try and win that one. Until the checkered flag falls, no one's won or lost anything. Again, ask Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc from last week. They'll be able to tell you that better than anybody. And no, it's never going to be too soon. Never. A 3-minute, 3-second lap. I don't think I'm quite going to hit 3 minutes, Queen, but that's as close as I'm going to get for now. I've got to keep an eye on my fuel load here. That's the only thing I've got concern about. Well, no, I should easily need to change tyres before fuel, but it gives me an idea of how many numbers I'm going to need. This is silly. I can't believe how much longer than the computer I've gone on the stops. At this rate, I'm only going to need to stop 3 times. There's no way I can do it safely. There's no way I can get to lap 8. If I got through to lap 8, I'd only have to stop twice, which would be silly. That really would be silly. I think I can safely do one more lap. After that, I'll be pushing the tyres too hard. I'm tempted to just go in anyway now, because that way I'd easily have enough tyres and only have to stop 3 times. And to be honest, on a lap as long as this, you can't really afford to take too many risks, because it's such a long lap. If you have like tyres like I had on Grand Valley, I'll lose minutes. And I can't really afford to do that. You saw what happened when I had that Lotus that time, and my tyres gave out in the back end of the Nordschleifer. It was just far too big a risk to take. So we are going to box at the end of this lap. We're going to box. Or in the words of Le Mans, box and stop, full service. Yeah, now's the time to stop. The moment I lost grip with them going through at full speed in that corner, it was clear that the tyres are giving up the ghost. And that's okay. We don't want to push ourselves too hard. Especially when we're this far in front, we don't fucking need to. So that was a scary slide, Joe. Try being me who was driving the car. Okay, right, we need... Oh, wow, we need 60 units of fuel. We need a lot of fuel. We need at least 60. I'm gonna gas it up to 66 just to make sure. Well, realistically, we've got at least 30 seconds, if not more, on the field. Because they've yet to hit the finish line and I'm already at Touch of Rouge. And bear in mind, they're likely to stop a lot more often than me, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, exactly. Being able to remove the get ready to drive is just so better, isn't it? One small setting that was hidden in the back end of the emulator made me do that. I found it online, I went searching for it. And eventually someone pointed me in that direction. I'm like, oh look, found an old forum post from years ago and I'm like, holy shit, it works. Amazing. So here's the question. Can I lap the field, people? Is it possible that I can lap the field at Le Mans? Because it's a very, very long circuit and it's flat out high speed, so it's not like the usual ones where I'm able to dominate in the corners. Oh, well held, sir. Very well held. Yes, oh. Good evening to whoever that was. Unfortunately, I'm busy at the moment. I'm too busy driving an F1 car. You're going to have to wait. I mean, in terms of a reason to tell someone to wait, I'm driving an F1 car would be the most boss excuse in the world, wouldn't it? Sorry, peeps. Going to have to get back to you later. I'm currently driving an F1 car. That'd be a flex and a half. Oh, never mind. Got too cocky then, but we got away with it. So the question is, will they pit again on this lap? Because if they do, that's as I say, it's ridiculous. But it means that I'm set up for an easy victory. We are so far ahead. We're nearly a minute ahead without pit stops. Yep, they stopped again. They've gone into the pits again. Or have they? I'm not sure, to be honest. Actually, it looks like they might not have done. And that's okay, I don't mind that. In fact, actually, yeah, it'll be the end of this lap I'm expecting them to pit, not the end of the last lap. Just a matter of keeping ourselves going. So we're not too far away from half race distance already, people. This is just a very fun race to do. High speed, high octane, yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, can you believe, people, there are 2 24-hour races of this track available to do? 2. You can do 2 of them. One with the chicanes and one without. 48 hours of racing in total for just 2 races. Well, if you A-spec it anyway. I know a way to do it in literal minutes without using the cheat to get the immediate trophy. And perhaps I'll show that off for you all at one point. A nice little exploit that I've found, thanks to the way I'm playing the game, as in the emulator. Yes, we continue our domination here at the Circuit de la Sarthe in Le Mans, France. Support race for the 24 hours of Le Mans. And the fans are watching an absolute domination. Well, so they've not even made it to the pits and I'm a minute in front. And now I think they have gone into the pit box. Well, in that case, let's just sit back and relax, I guess. That's just got me another 45 seconds of time, I think, approximately. Which is, as I say, stupid. In terms of like an overall lead, that's ridiculous. so fast. When we get to the top of Mulsanne on lap 11, that's when we'll be at half race distance. So it's the second time we hit the Mulsanne hairpin. That's when we'll be officially at half race distance. And if we're there by 35 minutes, your time, guest queen, might well be pretty much bang on the money. Oh yes, you see how close I went to the wall then? I literally used all the track possible to go at maximum speed. It was completely pointless. I'm so far in front I don't need to. But I did it anyway because I could. Why? Because I'm an arrogant racing driver who doesn't know the meaning of the word safety. That's the reason. It's insane how good the tyre wear is here. Say the fuel is the bigger issue. I mean, the tyre wear, I drained like 75% of my tank before I had to stop for tyres. I am 1 minute and 58 seconds ahead of the opposition. That's how far I am in front, people. Is that crazy? I'd say so, yes. Considering we're not even at half race distance yet. Wasn't exactly the cleanest end to the lap, that, to be fair. Let's be honest here. So this race is much more relaxing because you've got a lot more flat out sections where you can just sit back, rest up, take it easy, not really feeling like you're putting yourself under too much pressure. Now of course that's when you make mistakes, so you've got to keep some focus, but you can afford to wind back a bit further, not push yourself too hard. So end of the next lap we can go in for our second stop. And with any luck, the computer will do their third stop, and I will jump them all when they're in the pits and put a lap on them all, which would be rather silly. So how far ahead am I now? I was 158. Two minutes 9. According to that, I'm 11 seconds a lap faster than the computer. If that's right, that's ridiculous. 11 seconds a lap. That's literally like LMP1 versus LMP2 pace. That's very, 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 very ridiculous. It's not like they can even use the excuse that I'm burning through my tyres because I'm stopping less than them. So into the pits at the end of this lap. Oh, that was a wide line. That was an even wider line. Yeah, we're going sand dune rallying, people. We're taking a quick coffee break to go over the sand dunes. I was getting bored of dominating them, so I thought I'd give them a chance. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's not a very good story, but I'm sticking to it. Interesting, I've got 2 bars of fuel, so I might have put too much fuel in last time. So if I get to about 60 units, I should just have enough fuel to make it. Getting closer to the edge, the middle part of the race. We're well past half distance. And I've got to say this, Queen, it appears that your guess for the laps for the race time was actually too long. We might be finishing this in about 70 minutes. And if that's the case, then that's awesome. Just about stopped myself from getting too badly out of shape then. Yeah, I could have done with better than that. I definitely could have done with better. So we're going to need to take a longer stop here because we're going to need to fuel up. But that's okay because we're going to be well clear of the bar to make it home. My aim is to lap the field. I want to lap the field at Le Mans. That's what I want to do. As I say, I mean, I'll tell you what you were doing. You were doing your maths and you weren't far off. But I'd say we've not finished the race yet, so let's finish the race first. Alright, watch this. That's a way to gain a lot of time, by the way. It's not completely legit, but it works. And that was a lovely four-wheel drift as well. But you can see I'm actually in Audi's pit box. You notice that about there. So the Audi Le Mans team. So we need to get to just over 60 units of fuel. That'll do it, 62. So it seems that every lap is 10 units of fuel. That's what this is telling me. I'd say we are doing a very, very fast run here at the Circuit de la Sarthe in Le Mans. 13 and 23 in the Formula Gran Turismo tournament, and we are absolutely running away with it. Oh, thought I'd skim the wall there, because why not? Answer, because I wasn't paying attention, that's the real reason. This car has just so much grip and control. You can get on the brakes ridiculously late. You can turn in with absolute confidence. It literally like corners faster than electricity. This thing, it's absolutely monstrously good. It's up there in a way with the likes of the Sauber C9 Mercedes and Forza 4. Or the SRT Tomahawk in Gran Turismo 7. It just eats corners for breakfast. It's like grip go boo. And even when you run out of distance like that, you've still got enough confidence to take a little bit of gas out and make it into the bend. And that's what I like about this car. It's like, so it turns even someone like me with fists of ham and fingers of butter into like a black record setting alien. It's amazing. Ah yeah, the old Sauber C9 C11. I saw the Sauber C11 run when I was at Le Mans in 2014, because they had a classic Le Mans warm-up race. We had the Mazda 787B, we had the Sauber C11, we had one of the Nissan R92s. Of course, the owners of the cars weren't really ragging them because they're worth literally millions of pounds, but it was still amazing to hear them running again at the Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans. It was just absolutely extraordinary to hear those, can't say legendary cars from the 80s, the Group C era, when Le Mans sports cars were on another planet, to the point where many still believe that some of them were faster than F1 cars of the day. I don't know how true that is. I've never seen any like the 80s Williams go up against the Sauber C11, for example, but it'd be interesting if that ever happened. You know, where you got like the same driver trying to set the fastest lap time in both cars. So McLaren, dust off your MP4 from 1988. Mercedes, dig out the Sauber C9. Put them against each other head to head. You know the fans want to see it. The weird thing about this car is it likes to snake along the Mulsanne. It's never wanting to stay in a straight line. It's always wanting to turn, and it's like you're having to fight the car. You think, oh well, it's a mile long, it's a 2 mile long straight, just lean back and put your foot down. The car doesn't work that like that. You have to constantly twitch and correct. You have to be on it all the time. And I guess this is why the 24-hour races are so hard. because being on it for 24 hours is very difficult. Anyone who watched me try do Crisis Core in 24 hours for charity will be able to tell you there were points where I was certainly not on it. I was on something, but it wasn't it. Yeah, I was on a particularly nasty drink developed by Avian. No, I will never forgive you for it. You know what crime you committed. The ultimate punishment drink. Absolutely, Queen. Yeah, mentally draining. I think that's why people find racing so demanding, because it is mentally draining. It's like grinding in an RPG. The actual idea of it is easy, but having the mental aptitude to survive it, kind of like with that mistake then, is much harder. I would say it'd be just boring if you just all you saw was my face and me just like not speaking. That's not really conducive to a stream, is it? You know, it's like if I was some like ultra competitive high level like Gran Turismo player, then maybe it'd be a different story, but I'm not an ultra high level competitive Gran Turismo player. It's absolutely why long distance driving has multiple drivers, Queen. Yeah, they have a rule where they have to have 3 drivers, and they all have minimum stint lengths as well. In Le Mans, in the GT class, there's a former driver known as the gentleman driver, and they're usually someone who's very wealthy and bankrolls the team. So they'll be like, you know, a British Earl, or like some American dude from Florida who's like owns 5 golf courses or something like that. And what they'll literally do is they will have hundreds of thousands of dollars where they will basically bankroll the team, but on the condition that they're one of the 3 drivers. And essentially, I think you have to race a minimum of 6 hours, and you have to do it in both the day and the night cycle. So if you're, like, say if you have a race where your car is ultra competitive because your other 2 drivers are absolutely blazing the trail, you could, as the gentleman driver, go in at the quieter point in the daylight and the quietest point during the night for the minimum time, so that they can then go on and try and win your class. Meanwhile, good evening, Avian. You say you're finally home from the office. You missed me ranting about the 24-hour stream. We were talking about long-distance driving and the mental aptitude required to survive it. And I said how during the Crisis Core stream I was on something, but I wasn't on it. I decided to say that I was on a certain type of drink, which I'll never forgive you for. Yes, the legacy of your nightmare still remains, Avian. No, I will not shut up about it. But it's good that you survived. How are you doing? You having a good evening so far? So this has been a really fun race to do this. I've been able to have time to interact with you all. I've been able to take it nice and smooth and easy. I've had some very high-level twitchy driving moments as well. So we've had some mistakes and some narrow escapes as well, haven't we, Joe? You're very tired, but what else is new? I can totally relate. I was in the office today myself. Oh, fantastic! You won the Halloween contest. That's costume contest. That's awesome. What kind of costume did you have? That's incredible. That's so cool. And what did you win for winning the costume, by the way, contest? Did they give you a special prize for it? Competition, which is really annoying, because I'd have gone in as Alice, complete with the blue face paint and the blood and everything. Oh, you got told it was terrifying. What did you do, cosplay as me? No, actually, no. You cosplayed as Piers Morgan. That's what you did, didn't you? You dressed up as Piers Morgan. There's nothing more terrifying than that. You called it Terra Mama. So you dressed up as Granny Rags from Dishonored. Don't get me wrong. That's terrifying. Granny Rags is terrifying. So if you did Granny Rags, then that'd be awesome. That sounds fantastic. Sounds like something out of SMT, that, to be honest, Avian. That's brilliant. Send me pics. I want to see. You've seen all my costumes. It's only fair. You had a baby that screamed when you pressed the button on it. That sounds like a really evil version of Hariti from Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. If it was a red cape, that's exactly what it would be. It'd be like a version of Hariti. Get out of my way. Now that's the reason why I didn't want to be doing any lapping at this circuit, because it's so narrow. Getting by will not be easy. Oh, bollocks. Shit. All that hard work undone. Oh, that's cool, Avian, no worries. I got my braking point all wrong for that corner then. And I paid the price for it as a result. It was a good day for trolling. That's always the way. Right, I'm not waiting around that. Oh, for God's sake, I hit the sand. That's so annoying. If the master didn't freak him out, the baby did. Well, that's not much of a surprise, really, Avian, to be fair, is it? Get up. Seriously, you guys have no idea how to take these corners, do you? Right, I'll tell you what, you're giving me a tow now. That's what you're doing. Now get out of my way. And don't you even think about getting a slipstream off me. Don't even think about it. That's right, get back in your loser lane, punk. Leave me alone. So these what should be pitting this lap, I'm aiming to pit at the end of the next lap. And even if I wanted to go any further, I can't because I'll be out of fuel. So we might be able to find out what the next race is going to be after this. Because I don't get the feel, I get the feeling we're not going to be able to do much more than it. Let's see, we've got time yet. one more lap, and then after that can dive into the pits for the final time. A 3-stop race, that's not common in the Formula GT, not common at all. Around the inside of the Porsche curves, now that is awesome. Say, I've got a pit stop coming up, Avian, so I can take a look in a moment. While I'm in the pits, I'll have all the time in the world. End of this lap, I'll be pitting in for the final time. Got my braking point slightly wrong, but I got away with it. Oh, whoa. I felt the back end just suddenly twitch on me, and I was like, whoa, steady on, so I gotta get back in line. Car did not want to go in a straight line then, people, but no matter, we're still clear. I'm hoping to get enough speed so that I can clear them in the pit stops, and then I've got them behind me. And to finish a lap ahead at Le Mans is very hard. It's such a long circuit and a fast circuit. Getting enough pace to lap the field is very, very unusual. So I'll be bloody proud of this if I can manage to lap the field. But look at the fuel. Can you see how we're literally on one tank left? We might even literally see the moment that the fuel gauge hits the fumes meter and has nothing left. We have rolled the dice big on our fuel use here, people. Well, I say we have. I'm the one that's been in charge of the game. And I've got to say, Queen, your guest for the time, 75 minutes, is looking very, very good indeed. In fact, it might be faster than that. Oh, fabulous. Managed to just about keep that on the lines there. Just felt the back end go at the last second then, but I managed to catch the worst of it. Yeah, my tyres are literally on the very, very limit here. My tyres are giving up the ghost and saying we've not got any more to give you, and I totally comprehend where they're coming from. Into the pits we go, and we're going to just go flat out. Hey! Check it out, he's reversing in the pit lane. Isn't that disqualification? Aren't you supposed to get disqualified for that? Seriously, Evian, that costume is SMT Nightmare fuel. That is amazing. That is absolutely awesome. That could easily pass for any of the demons from SMT. That's fantastic. Wherever you sourced all that from, mad respect. That's a cracking costume. So we come out in the mid-pack. Yeah, Grosjean or Silverstone, yeah, 2019. Yeah, that'll do. Fitting considering he's a French driver, actually. That makes perfect sense now, think about it. I think it was like Days of Thunder on the Atari ST. If you reversed in the pit lane, you got disqualified immediately, so you get a game over in literally 2 seconds. Well, to say, it's still incredible. It's an awesome, awesome job. Magnificent. Well done. You won last year and you're not allowed to take part again. Sometimes that's the best way to make a costume now, Avian, where if you got something in the backlog and then you add something to it and suddenly you've got a whole new costume. It's the way to do it. We are into the home stretch. We're just over an hour into the race, would you believe, people? This has been one of the faster races in this series. Yeah, the mask could be too scary for young kids, but it's still worth doing. I'm in the quandary of what do we do for the Halloween stream on Tuesday night. I'm half tempted to come when I get back from work that day to actually get dressed into my Alice costume. The only problem is the body paint. Do I really want to do that on a school night? I don't know. Although it'd be funny to have trick-or-treats with the kids before the stream starts and freak them all out. Yeah, convenience is the easiest thing, you're not wrong. I mean, I could just put on my Yandere cosplay and cover myself in blood. I've still got my my messed up Yandere blood outfit. Right, I've got 3 laps to catch him and lap him. Yeah, feel free to send me a screenshot anytime. I'm probably not going to check it out until the stream's over, but sure. As long as it's well, it doesn't matter if it's safe for work or not because I'm not broadcasting it to the world, so it's fine. Ah, nice. I'm in the distant toe now. Oh, bollocks. Unsell my aerodynamics. I was hoping to get a toe down to the Mulsanne hairpin. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not worked. I could tell immediately that wasn't going to work. I just knew immediately. I was like, nope, that'd be a crash. For real, that would be a written off chassis. This is the problem with trying to lap at this circuit. It can be really difficult to get a clean overtake. And all it's doing is slowing me down because I really want to be past these guys fast. Because their lap times are nowhere near as good as mine. But if the traffic's getting in the way, there's not much you can do about it. Well, having said that, they'll be going into the pits shortly, I think. In fact, yeah, they probably will. They'll probably going into the pits. If I'm right, they're all going to go into the pit garage in a moment. So I don't know why I'm trying to blast past them on the circuit. Oh no, he stayed out. Oh, you dirty motherfucker! He just hit me and forced me off. No matter. I can do that and all. Yeah, see? I can rub past you as well. Pushing me into the sand. Who do you think you are? Me? I don't think so. My line is busy tonight. All I'm hearing is notification after notification. Not that it's a bad thing. And we are through again. This is good. Yeah, welcome back, Joe. You missed me punting off the other driver. I was getting annoyed at not being able to pass him fairly, so I decided to embrace the inner cheat in me and get rid of him. Just 2 laps to go after this, people. 2 laps and we'll have finished the race. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. Brake failed. Yeah, we'll call it a brake failure. That'll do it, yeah. And I think they've all gone back into the pits again, so we're definitely going to finish a lap in front of them all. We're going to finish so far ahead, it's ridiculous. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, I thought I was going to take that corner at more than 150 all the way. I was millimetres too shy. So So we are well and truly clear, and I get the feeling, Queen, your guess for the length of this race is going to be very, very close indeed. Your judgment score for your seed exam will be definitely a 9 for this one. Unlike my judgment there, by the way I took that corner, my judgment will be a 0. So we'll just have time to complete this race and then see what circuit is going to be our next visit when we come back to Gran Turismo 4. Don't forget, tomorrow night we are back on stream again when we're doing Shin Megami Tensei 4. We're doubling down. We're back tomorrow night, 8 PM GMT, and then I'm off for the weekend to watch the Mexican Grand Prix. And I will be seeing you all on Tuesday evening, 8 PM GMT. When we will be breaking the seal on the banned PlayStation 2 game Rule of Rose for our All Hallows stream special. So plenty of content coming up for you all. I try my best to keep you all entertained, and I usually fail, but I try anyway. For the next race, Joe, we've had a pseudo street race here at Le Mans technically, but I think we're due a proper street race. So as much as it pains me to say it, I get the feeling it's going to be Monaco, Monte Carlo. The All Hallows Scream stream. I might just change my name to that, Avian. You might have just given me an idea. I like that. So here we are, it's the final lap, people. We have started the final lap. Oh, well, that's not a good start. Now, purely in the interests of science, let's see just how much close we can get to our final time. How close are we going to be? You scared most of the people in the office, did you, Avian? But that's what Halloween's all about, isn't it? True Halloween. Horror. I gotta say, if you want to truly terrorise people, dress up as the characters from Alice Madness Returns. Some of the NPCs in that game are the most terrifying people you'll ever see. Like those butchers who got the meat stalls, for example, or the nurses. Yeah, play Dead Space in the dark, that's one way to do it. Or of course, if you really want to terrify people, make them complete their tax return. Oh wow, Joe, dress as Checo to scare Helmut, wow. That might work in the paddock, I don't know. Yes, true. Make them stream Doki Doki Literature Club, Queen, yeah. I know you all still have nightmares about that moment in the third part. I know. I was there. Well, if we were going to set a fast lap to finish, we're not anymore. I can't even keep it on the circuit now. Well, Queen, you were only 1 minute and 3.5 seconds out with your guess for the length of the race. That's pretty amazing. And there was only 3 pit stops instead of 4. But you were only 3 seconds out for the fastest lap. So that was a phenomenal trifecta of guesses. Massive pat on the back for you. And in terms of the championship, we are absolutely running away with it. We've got nearly 4 race victories in the bank in terms of like being able to dominate the championship. Avian, that seems like a very bespoke explanation for your particular scare, but it's a good one to say the least. We're going to very quickly back out just so we can get a manual save. So, as a way to end tonight's stream, what we're going to do is briefly enter the race again just to see where we're going to be racing. But first of all, check it out. We're now 74.7% complete. Oh, yeah. That's right, people. We're 74.7% complete into this game. So with that in mind, I believe we're due a proper street circuit. So I hate to say it, but I'm expecting it to be Monaco, aka the Côte d'Azur. Let's find out. Race 7 of the championship. Next time we play GT4, we will be doing a race at the Côte d'Azur. I was on the money. And it's 78 laps of it. Yes, we're doing a full F1 race. And it's the one I can't fucking stand. What a place to end tonight. Thank you all very, very much for watching. And fuck this next race before I've even got started.